What's up, guys? Tech and Tyler. And with the month being October, which means it's the month of Halloween, so it's that time of year again where it's time to decorate for Halloween and all that fun stuff. So this video is actually going to be about a box of Halloween lights that I had picked up recently. And there's actually some interesting stuff in it. And it was local to me, which was cool. And it's, like I said, it's got some interesting stuff, and it's actually kind of a full box. So we have all of this stuff right here, this whole big box of just random different light fixtures that they used in a supposed local haunted house. And it was all for charity. And so I bought these lights, which the money that went to from this of me buying it goes to charity, which is really cool. So got some cool stuff in this box, which, as you can maybe see here, some pretty interesting stuff. So we are going to go through this box and pull out individual pieces that are in this, and we're going to check them out piece by piece. So let me get this onto the floor. And the first thing that we are going to take a look at is this. So this is one of those like plastic mold decorations, and unfortunately this is not in the greatest shape. It's got a lot of cracks and broken pieces on it, but I mean it's intact still for what it is. It's probably from about maybe the 90s, early 2000s or something like that. So overall, I mean, it's pretty neat. It's got stamped on the bottom of it, made in China, so it's nothing, you know, too crazy old, but definitely decently aged for what it is. So probably about 90s, 2000, like I said. So we have this, which does glow up in a black light. The green actually is glow in the dark, which is pretty cool. I don't know if the eyes and the paint that's supposed to look like blood is from like the factory, or if whoever had this did that themselves. So I'm not too sure, because I'm not too familiar with these types of decorations. So pretty interesting to get this type of decoration. And then there's also this one right here, which is in way better condition. This one I think is honestly kind of cooler, more creepier looking, but same ordeal. It's that plastic mold type of material, and it's not like blow mold or nothing like that. They have a metal, I guess, like carved out metal image that they take a thin piece of plastic and then they heat it up and then they stretch it over the mold with like a vacuum, is from what usually I know about these mold, like mold injected type stuff. So same ordeal here. It's not in the greatest shape, but it's way better condition than the other one, even though it's got a huge chunk in the bottom of it. But still overall pretty neat. But this isn't the main focus of the video. The main focus are the lights. And so funny enough, when I bought all these, since these are all incandescent and also has two fluorescent fixtures, which are the biggest reason why I wanted to buy this stuff, it actually came with a box full of black light bulbs. Now, which, if anybody collects lights, obviously who watches this video, you know that fluorescent is definitely, at the time, besides now LED, was the best way to light up anything that was black light lit. A lot of these black light bulbs weren't true black light bulbs. They were pretty much a gimmick if they weren't made out of a particular type of glass, which I forget the name of what glass it had to be, but it was a particular glass that when light went through it would illuminate, you know, the stuff to make it a black light. So a lot of these would be gimmick type bulbs and mostly just purple. They would never really work as a black light. And even in the images that the guy had posted of this stuff, he had both of those mold injected pictures behind the black light fluorescent lights, and it would light up great. But then when he took those away and only had the bulbs lit up, it didn't light it up at all. So we have one of these cheap generic bulbs from a company called Mr. Light. Not too sure what it is, but it's a 75 watt black light bulb, or you know what they call it to be. And it's probably still new old stock or whatever. Just a cheap generic black light bulb, no etch on it really. It just says 120 volt 60 watt China, which is funny because it says 75 watts. So either this is the wrong bulb or they misprinted it. But there's this bulb, and then we have another bulb here that is a black scary bulb, is what they called it. 75 watt 120 volt bulb, made in China. Doesn't tell you the exact manufacturer of it. It's just a generic one, but same ordeal as the other one. It's just, you know, a cheap Chinese bulb. Same exact thing. Actually, no, this one says GE 120 volt 60 watt on it. So this is an actual branded bulb here. So it's just in the wrong package. But so we have that one, and then we have an actual GE bulb that is a blue one, which unfortunately the paint that makes it transparent is all cracked and no good anymore. So that's a shame, but I can strip off of the paint off of it and just, you know, use this as a normal bulb if I wanted to. And then we have even more black light bulbs here, and an old GE soft white package. This one right here is a cheap Chinese one. Doesn't have a name on it or nothing like that. Just says made in China. And then same with this one. So this is the 75 watt bulb that's supposed to go in the other box. So they're all mismatched. And then we have a sunbeam party bulb. Same ordeal. All the paint on it's chipping off due to the age and probably the heat and the conditions it was probably stored. So same ordeal. It's all cracked and broken. This one doesn't have an etch on it either, because if it's a sunbeam bulb, usually the sunbeam bulbs are sold at like Dollar Tree and stuff, so not the greatest quality of bulb. So that's more of a party bulb like it says in the box. And then we have another black scary bulb, cheap generic. Let's see if this one is an actual true one or if this is a GE. It says 75 watt on it, doesn't have a brand on it though, so cheap generic bulb again. And then we have one more, which is in the exact same packaging as this other one. So black scary bulb. Says it's 75 watts, but I bet the bulb that's in it's the wrong one. So, oh no, this one's actually a new one, and it's actually meant for this box. And you can really tell the quality of these bulbs are not good, because look at that base on the bottom of it. It's not even concreted all the way on the bulb properly. But then again, that's how a lot of these bulbs are. They're cheap, no good bulbs. They're just gimmick novelty lights. So that's all what's in this box here. So now we will get into the main stuff in the box for the fixtures. So first off, I'm going to pull out this light, which is pretty cool. I don't have one of these old desk lamps like this, so that's pretty unique. I have an old desk lamp, an old flexible one. It's got the old brown cord on it. This is probably from the 70s, 80s, somewhere in there. Same thing. Cheap black light bulb inside of it as well, which I'm going to keep that out because I'm not going to use any of the black light bulbs, but I do like this lamp and I'm going to keep this lamp. And this one's pretty cool because it actually has a hook on the bottom of it to hang it on the wall, so that's unique. But yeah, I always like these flexible cool older desk lamps like this, so that's cool that this came with it. And then we also have another really old fixture, which is supposed to be, I'm assuming, a old like wall sconce floodlight type lamp that somebody had put a cord on it, or maybe it's originally supposed to be like this, but they use this as a black light as well. And yeah, this is actually a factory thing, so I think this is designed to put on the wall as an accent, but it also has a stake on the back of it, so I think this is also designed so you can put it in the ground as well and use it for like maybe decorations and stuff. But this one is pretty neat because it's got an adjustable head, and if we take a look here, we can actually see the manufacturer on it. It's called Swiveler, one of the two. But that's pretty cool. This is probably from about the 50s, 60s, I'd say, so that's pretty neat. And same ordeal. It's got a black light bulb in it here. Cheap little floodlight looking bulb. Yeah, this has got a gasket in it, so this is designed for outdoors, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty nifty. Same here. Cheap 75 watt black light bulb here. That's supposed to be kind of like a floodlight bulb, so I'll take that out. But this is a cool fixture, so I could definitely use this for something. That'd be pretty neat. And then we have two more other fixtures before we get to the main light here. So we have this, which is pretty interesting. I couldn't really see this too well in the photos, but I actually kind of like this fixture here. This is it's from '02, but it's got a neat shape to it, and it's all made out of plastic. Like kind of looks like kind of feels like that blow mold material. But this is a kind of a cool little light here. I like this. This is kind of neat. So, same thing, just a little lamp. It says portable lamp, but I kind of like it. It's definitely been painted. It was originally, I think, white from how it looks or something, and then yeah, because it's white around the edges, but somebody painted it black, which I think that's kind of cool. I might clean that up and go over it and repaint it, especially since it's got tape and stuff all over it, and it's kind of ripping all the paint off of it. But same ordeal. Cheap bulb in it, 75-watt black light bulb. But this is a cool little fixture to keep. Not too old, not too new though. So this would be good for an idea for something. I actually have a project that's a Halloween decoration that I might use this with that would work good for it. So that's pretty cool to have. And then we have the last incandescent fixture, which this is from 2010, so nothing old at all. Nothing too old, but it's just a little lamp that would have had some sort of, I guess, glass shade on it for it, and obviously that's missing, and this is all really dirty, and it's got some oil on it for some reason, but it's all dingy, dirty, and this could be maybe used for something. I'd probably take it and paint it black and get rid of this stainless look to it. But another interesting fixture that came with it all, and same ordeal, China 75-watt black light bulb. But that's it for the last incandescent fixture. So now we're getting into the main reason of why I bought all this, which are these. These are probably, I would assume, 70s, 80s black, F15 T8 fixtures that were either blacklight fixtures originally, or they were just used as blacklight fixtures. But either way, the fact that these are nice and old is really cool, and I really wanted these because of the wood grain. I love these old fluorescent fixtures that have the wood grain to them, so I think that's really cool. I do think it's a little strange though that they put white sockets on the end of this for being wood grain and then a black cord, so I'll probably eventually change out these sockets to black just to kind of blend it better. But if we take a look at it, we can see that it's got a old Phillips bulb in it, so that's pretty unique. And then here's the starter right here. Let's take a look at this one real quick. I'm not too sure why this has duct tape on it, so that's going to be fun removing that because it's going to leave all that residue. But I'll get these all cleaned up and stuff as well. But same thing, it's got a Phillips bulb on it. There's something in here rattling, probably from when they had it mounted. But same ordeal. White tombstones on the end for the bulb and starters right there, just like that one. So yeah, that's pretty cool that this had both of these in there. This is the main reason why I want them, honestly, because of these wood grain fluorescent lights. So yeah, that's pretty neat that these were in here. So let me get these, let me plug these in real quick and we'll actually test them. I know in the photos he said they were working, but do you want to test them out and try them and see if they work, which, as you can tell, that one works fine. It's very quiet too. Doesn't buzz loud at all. And then I'll go ahead and plug this one in as well. Same thing. That one came on as well. So we have two fully functioning fluorescent fixtures here that could be used for either, black light or just normal light. I'd probably end up using these maybe as normal lights, accent lighting. But it's cool that they came with two blacklight bulbs, and like I said, I love the fact that these are the wood grain fixtures. They do have a little bit of what looks to be rust on the screws. These were definitely used outside, and there's definitely some red paint or fake blood on the tombstone there. So definitely gonna have to go through, clean these up, remove this tape with some Goo Gone and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, they both work. So we'll take a look inside actually of these fixtures, and we'll do this one since this one needs to be taken apart the most, and we'll take a look at these and see what kind of starters in this. And it looks like we have a Hemco FS2 starter, so okay, pretty good quality. Older starter there for being a Hemco. It's probably an argon starter more than likely, and I bet this other fixture has probably the same thing in it. Yep, exact same thing. These starters are probably original to this fixture, and never got changed. The only thing that probably ever got changed was the bulbs, and these are the fixtures that have the annoying kind of starter sockets on them too, where any direction you put it in, it seems like it doesn't want to go in there. So you gotta, look at where the holes are, and then hopefully you can drop it down in there the first try, but usually not. I don't know why these starter sockets are always such a pain sometimes to put in, especially these ones, but there we go. Finally one in there. So let me go ahead and grab a screwdriver really quickly, and we'll take out these two screws on either end of this, and we'll pop this open and see what brand ballast is in here and see if we can find a maker at all. So let me do that really quick and I'll bring you back. Okay, so now I have both of the screws out. There's one on this end and one on this end, which it's the same thing for that one. And then the whole thing just comes apart, which is quite interesting. So that's what was rattling around in this one. That's a part of the tombstone, so that's broken, unfortunately. So yeah, definitely I'm going to replace those at some point. But I do think it's kind of interesting. Oh, there's another piece of broken plastic. So, okay, yeah, that definitely makes me want to replace these tombstones more now. But I do think it's interesting that this bracket has 4 holes for screws, but they only use 2. So I might come back and eventually drill some new ones for here and make it a little more sturdy. And same thing with these sockets. When I put some new ones in it, I'm definitely going to make it to where they're more secure than them just being tension held here. I mean, there's obviously a hole here for the tombstones, but they didn't put nothing in it. But yeah, if we look underneath of here, we can see the ballast and everything, which it looks like with this date code possibly right here, that this fixture is from 91, I would think, because it's definitely not 06 for sure. It's got to be 91, especially with how this is an old wounded ballast too. It's got paper on it and not plastic, and I can actually see that this is a General Electric ballast in the top right here. It'd be kind of hard for you to see it on camera, but I can see it says General Electric, so this actually might be older than 91 with how that looks and it being GE, but it's possible that it's from 91. So all right, that's pretty cool that it's from the 90s. That makes them over 30 years old, so that's pretty cool. And especially for it, being 91 and still preheat, because preheat I think went away as much as it did probably in about the 90s, early 2000s. So that's pretty cool that both of these are from about 90s era. And oh, that came off pretty easy on there. From the 90s there, and have GE ballasts and starters and stuff. So it shows the quality of this stuff even from the 90s was better than it was definitely in the early 2000s. Yeah, that piece of duct tape is going to be a pain to get off, but the other one came off. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. The parts and stuff in it will be, nice. I'll get some sockets that are white out of this, and I'll put some black ones in it to match it a little bit better. And then also just the fact of the everything else that are in them too as well. So let me snap these back together. And I'm actually going to put the starter back in it. And what we will do is we will put some normal bulbs in it. So I have one right here. So we'll put this older GE cool white bulb in this one. And then let me grab another one, and then we'll plug both of these in and we'll do some preheat, looking at it with the preheat with some different bulbs and with the lights turned off. So let me find another bulb and then I'll bring you right back. Okay, so I grabbed an old Westinghouse bulb out of another fixture, and then I got an old GE bulb in this one. So if we go ahead, scoop this box out the way. So if we go ahead and we plug in one of these lights, you can see that one comes on, no problem, with a cool white bulb. So let me turn it on and on a couple times. It's got some nice preheat with it with that starter and that bulb. So that one works fantastic. So now let's do the other one in the front there. That one had some pretty nice preheat going on there as well. So do it again. One more time. So that's pretty neat. So now what we'll do actually is I'll take out the bulb out of this one and I'll put the old black light bulb in here and plug it in. And we'll take a look at one of those injection molded Halloween pictures. Whoops, wrong fixture. There we go. So now we'll take one of those, like I said, the plastic injected molded pictures, and we'll look at under there, which maybe if you can see right around here where I'm standing, I have one of those high-vis shirts on, which that really glows up in the black light. So if I put this in front of it, that definitely lights that up pretty good. Makes it look pretty creepy. So yeah, this definitely lights it up quite well. And if I take it away from the light and bring it up here, you may be able to see it glowing still. So yeah, this is glow in the dark, which is pretty unique. Definitely it being older, it's not going to glow in the dark as well as it would have when it was new. But overall, still pretty cool though. And then we'll take a look at this other one as well. So same thing. Glows up in the black light pretty good. Obviously on camera it's going to look brighter than in person. It's not that bright. But same ordeal. Lights up pretty good. And then everything else on the workbench that's white, that lights up in a black light, glows also. Not too bad. And if I pull this away, as you can tell, it still lights up. So that's pretty cool that it's all glow in the dark. So yeah. Overall pretty cool little fixtures here. I'm glad that I picked these up, so these will definitely have a new home with all the other fluorescent fixtures I got. And yeah, just wanted to make a video showing on the little haul that I grabbed of some Halloween stuff and the cool fluorescent lights that came with it. Some nice old 70s 80s era possibly, or even early 90s fixtures, not too sure. Maybe somebody in the comments can let me know the date code on it correctly or the age, but from what I'm seeing, I think it's about 91. So yeah, overall pretty good little haul there. And like I said, for it especially being, you know, Halloween era, be a cool little video to make on some Halloween stuff on a recent pickup. And I do have some other Halloween type stuff to also make some videos on, like some more Halloween lights and just little products and stuff like that. So just stuff that I got. So keep an eye out for that. And until next time, thank you.